Hey Spike Stormer, do what's loud? It's me, Spike Goes Letter. Come at you with another video. In this video, I am doing writing the Sheild Hero characters if they were in the world of Reincarnated as a slime. The order I did this in was, and also for the arc, I did 6 characters. It became a decent long video, and also it took me a little bit of time to make each character, close to 20 minutes each. It was first Renakami, aka the Sword Hero, then Itsuki, and second it was the Bow Hero, aka Itsuki Kusami, then Moriyasu Kusama, I believe, Moriyasu Kitamura, aka the Spear Hero, or as I call him, the Douche Spear. That guy's a jerk. Really hate him. Also, kinda made the character fat by accident, but it suits him. And then for the final hero, I did, how do you put this? I did my personal favorite hero, and also I'm pretty sure everyone else's favorite hero, Nafami Iwatani, aka the Speed Hero, the Shield Hero, I mean, aka the Savior of the Heavenly Fowl, aka the name he really doesn't deserve, Devil of the Shield, but just my favorite character in general. Then Raftalia and Philo for the final one. I hope y'all enjoy this video as much as I had, and had much fun as I had making it. But without further ado, let's roll intro and let's get into this video. Let's go. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. They were either gaming, reading a book, or they died, but they all got reincarnated or summoned into another world. They each gained an ultimate skill when coming into this world. They were summoned by the kingdom, by a king that will be later known as Trash, due to his betrayal of the throne. They were all human. First one, Ren Alchemy, race human, skill legendary sword. He's also known as the Sword Hero. This guy went on to believe a lie that was quite honestly very, very, very full of holes and basically giant caverns. But he blindly and stupidly listened to this girl. But not as much as the Spear Hero. They were hired to take on a few quests and also defeat some creatures and some apocalyptic attacks that would most likely tear apart their countries. The countries that were 4 in one continent. This one they were all summoned into. The Queen later revealed to them all that they were all supposed to be summoned by one individual kingdoms, not all at one, because that would bring too much attention to one kingdom. But the king didn't listen. The Sword Hero later went on to slay a dragon, but to leave its corpse behind to rot, not caring in the slightest what would happen. What happened was the thing began to rot and decay, and not even a full-on week later, multiple adventuring parties went up into the mountain to find the source of something that was causing disease in the town below. The Sword Hero was hired to kill the dragon because it was terrorizing this little town. Every single person that went up there died from the mysterious illness. He never really learned his lesson, but he later learns a lesson to not listen to that girl. It was his own downfall. He got some pretty nice gear, and his weapon was pretty powerful. It has a bunch of extra skills, but they were all inevitably useless for him. Now, someone else that didn't really believe her, but still didn't fully trust, but also still kind of did believe her, was someone known as Itsuki Kusami. Race, human. Skill, legendary bow, ultimate skill. He was the bow hero. He was, how do you put this, hired on to take on a nation that was full of monsters, but before then, the reason why he was hired to take on this one was because he was known to have liberated, quote unquote, liberated a country or a small town from very powerful and oppressive leaders. But in reality, he just made it a whole lot worse. He left people to starve without knowing it, and not even how to set up their own jobs or how to run a country for that matter. He just helped them stop what was going on and just left. So the Sheild Hero had to come in and fix all of his mess, just like he did with the dragon incident. But that kingdom he was hired from was the kingdom of Falmuth, and the other kingdom he was hired to take on was a city known as Tempest. They were how do you say, known for having a bunch of just a city of monsters. He thought about it and decided against it because he's actually heard some nice things about it from the princess herself, saying, even though we're humans and in this place we don't really like demi-humans, well, beastmen in this matter, we still try to have friendly alliances with that stupid town of Tempest, the Jura Tempest Federation. Ugh. She also went on to say about having a school full of people that would have very powerful skills, and how they could have easily won this war. But she said that was like a few days after the war. The Falmouth city has attacked. He was in the attack. He saw that everyone was just innocent and didn't do jack squat. So he said, I'm not doing this, and he left. And after that, he said he was talking to the princess, aka the princess that was later known as Female Dog. But she said, yeah, that's how he learned about the school of people with very powerful skills. Now, the worst of these so-called three heroes is the Spear Hero. Name, Moriyasu Kitamura. Race, human. Skill, legendary spear. Ultimate skill. AKA the Spear Hero. This guy in general is a giant dong and dick. Like the next skill suggests, he has the ability to summon a spear. But like the other two, it has a wider range of smaller extra skills that are very powerful. He is a giant jerk, especially to this Sheild Hero. This guy has way too much pride in himself. He was actually the one who was the first one and major one to believe mine, the princess. I really hate that girl. She turned out just to be using her because he was her favorite hero. The Sheild being the spear hero. But she was also just using him in general. He later succumbed to his injuries from an attack that really didn't end well. The attack was from, well, nothing really. It just came from old age and old illness of his that came in. This guy was a jerk in general to pretty much everyone and anything. He also caused a problem that the Sheild Hero had to go in and later fix. This guy was hired to find some food for a village that was struggling through a very, very hard time where food was scarce and it was practically a drought. He went into an alchemist's old base of operations and he found a seed, and when he gave it to them, it caused a problem with plant-like monsters coming out and taking over the village. The survivors managed to build up and fortify some walls for a little camp for themselves, but that was after he left. They immediately planted it, started bearing fruit, but in general, it just didn't end well for any of them. Just to put it lightly, the Sheild Hero was kinda ticked with how every single one of these so-called heroes were acting. And speaking of Sheild Hero, here's the devil. Speak of the devil. Well, not literally. He was called the Devil of the Shield, or Savior of the Heavenly Fowl, or more commonly known as the Sheild Hero. And as a criminal. Those guys are idiots. After falsely being accused of raping the first princess, which he did not do, he was outcasted and he became somewhat cold to pretty much anyone around him. His name is Nafami Iwatani. Race, human. Skill, legendary shield. Ultimate skill. Now, he is the strongest out of every single hero I have to talk about so far. And he treats all of his party members, which are actually all female, nicely. His two most common ones are a Filial with a human form and a Beastman raccoon. They both have some pretty powerful skills in of themselves. But Nafami, the reason why he's the strongest out of every hero, not just for cleaning up all the messes by modifying the plant from the Spear Hero, taking care of that dragon, the dead dragon anyways, from the Sword Hero, and feeding all those hungry people from the incident with the Bow Hero, which he later revealed to all of them what he had to deal and clean up with their messes. He also, how do you say, saved the future queen, not really saved, but found her and helped her find her way back home. Her mother also was the true throne leader, in the fact that the king married into the family. He cleaned up all those messes, and he also was the one to be betrayed by mine. I already told you what she did, but this made him cold and all that. He, due to this rage he had for her, it later unlocked this Wrath Sin Shield as a way to help him with the negative emotions. But the dragon he killed soon caused this to become have a part of it of draconic armor. Now, that made the skill even more powerful. He gained 2 cursed series shields. One being the Iron Maiden. The second one being, how do you put this? A dragon attack. But this one had a nasty side effect. Every single stat he had went down by 33% except for defense. That's what he specializes in. And the magic he specializes in is support magic. He is also, like I already stated, very, very powerful due to that. But not just that, also because of all the other shields he's gathered by. He's also been able to make a pretty penny from helping everyone. He didn't really ask for any money at first from those people he saved from the food, with the food problem. He, matter of fact, actually just asked for a cart as his payment. But he was also instrumental in helping defeat a few of the waves. But after all this happened, after all the waves were defeated, he went with his girlfriend, now girlfriend slash fiance, Raftalia, and his friend Philo, who he actually was more or less his adoptive daughter. He went with them to live in the Jura Tempest Federation. And by this time, every single person that was reincarnated into this world, from My Hero Academia, the world of MHA, has now graduated and become heroes and guards in the city. He was impressed to learn that everyone here, including Rimuru, were people similar to him, either being isekai, by being isekais in this world, either by death or summoning. More death than anything. He was also surprised to hear that a few villains were rehabilitated. But that's all the future. Now, his 2 little friends were his first friend, now wife, fiance, it's been a few years. Name, Raftalia. Race, beastman / raccoon. Skills, swordsmanship and sword summoning. Sword summoning is actually relatively common. How do you put this? Common skill for people to have, but swordsmanship is also pretty common for a knight. But in reality, she actually worked hard and earned this skill, which is really interesting. Nafami, how do you put this? He bought her as a slave, but not for any nefarious deeds. He just needed someone to fight for him, because he couldn't fight because the shield wouldn't allow him to. So he had her fight for him. She actually was okay with it. He actually was really nice to her. He treated her well by giving her food, giving her some good equipment, and he paid this by being there for him, even in his darkest times. But it all changed when the Queen gave him and let him become the Lord of the old place where Raftalia used to live. That's where they started getting feelings for each other. They soon, from a daughter-father relationship, became closer to a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. And they soon, after all of the fiasco of the waves being dealt with and all of that, they got married. Well, he was ascended to the rank of godhood due to having to fight a goddess. That was an impressive one, an impressive feat. She married the human incarnation of him, which was still the real him, just part of him. He was just like he was. Now, the god Nafami every now and again inhabits his body to spend some time with his wife, because he knows everything that he does, but he just really likes spending some quality time with her. But as a child, she didn't really like killing animals, but she got over it, and she actually got her revenge on an old abuser she had. Now, let's get to the last one. The next and last one is another beastman, but she's actually relatively short, even when fully grown. Name, Philo. Race, beastman / Philolial. Reason being is because of what she can do. Skills, human form plus Philolial queen. Her human form is because each group has a Philolial queen, and she was the rare one that became the queen. But due to that fact, she can turn into a Philolial and a human. But she also has the ability of Philolial queen, and this is an ultimate skill. This ultimate skill basically shows that she is the leader of every single Philolial and the successor to the previous one. And due to this, she would live for hundreds and hundreds of years. The last one lived to be around 500, and she's not even into her older years. After living with Nafami for a few years in the city of Tempest, or Reamer, I forget what that place is called, she soon had to leave, but every now and again she drops by to see her little nieces and nephews, as she calls them, because they're just so close with each other. They're practically a family. But in the adventures they've had, she has helped defeat and fight someone named Glass, who was a fan hero from another world. And she learned that when the Wrath Sin Shield is activated, she, due to her connection to Nafami, gets a power boost. Her feathers go darker and her eyes glow red, but at the cost that she is a little crazy. Nafami also, his shield burns anything it can, but he's able to snap out of it and get back in control of his own body. Now, every single person here uses magicules in order to summon the weaponry using their skills. But the most adept of using their skills is gotta be Nafami Iwatani. And this guy deserves a lot more than what this world can offer. Him and his friends. The reason being, he has just been a very kind, generous person who was always like that, but just had some very bad, unfortunate things happen to him that he didn't really deserve at all. But that's all of them for now. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, because it's all the time I've got for today. Until next time, subscribe to the or do you want silence? Goodbye, and peace out, everyone.